I'm here with Saints head baseball coach Mike Davidson. Team has started season and it's been a good season so far, we think. You guys have got off to a strong start, and then you guys played some really good competition. And the last couple, you've won 6. You split in the last 2 games with Odessa. Coach, what do you think so far about the season?
Well, like you said, I thought we started out pretty well, and we played good baseball, and then here lately we've kind of retracted or gone backwards. We're beating ourselves. Not many people have just lined up. Out of the last 8 games we played, I think probably 3 of those games is we just got beat. Uh, but the other games are just not taking care of the baseball, making errors, not fielding bunts, and playing catch, and then 2 out hits. We just can't get off the field sometimes because we don't make plays, and then we add that extra hitter in the inning, and they're able to exploit us, and they get a big inning and put a crooked number up. And in baseball, you put crooked numbers on the board, you get beat. So hopefully we clean that up this weekend. We've had a concentrated effort on that. So I'm hoping the guys will respond and we'll move forward.
And the team comes back home. They play Vernon, Texas, in 4 games over the weekend. On Friday at 1 and 3, and on Saturday at noon and 2 at Brent Gould Field. So it's probably good to be back out over there. You guys, like you said, we started at home 4 games, and then it's been 8 games on the road. Oh no, I take that back. I'm sorry. You guys were here at Kirkland, so
Right.
you guys out over there. You guys went out to Odessa and played 4 out over there. So, it's kind of nice to be back out. So, what do you think? Look at the scores out of the pitching seemed to be over there. You guys had, a little bit problem probably hitting, I guess, but the pitching seemed pretty good, I guess.
Yeah, we pitched it okay. We had the one bad start from Gerber, who went out and threw the ball great the first inning, and then gave up 3, and then gave up 3, and then of course we had to do something different. And then that was one of those games where we just got beat. We just weren't good enough on the mound and didn't get off to a good start, and unfortunately got run ruled in the 8th inning before there. And but the other games with Luna, he only gave up 1 earned run, and we get beat 6-3. And again, we don't take care of a bunt, and we don't play catch, and a couple other times, and it just comes back to haunt you.
Right.
You have to make plays, and if we've talked about all week. The only way to win a championship is to play defense.
Right.
And if you're not going to play defense, then you better score a lot. And we're not built to score like that, like we were last year.
Right.
So we got to play defense. There's just no ifs, ands, or buts about it. So, yeah, our pitching staff is kind of lining itself out, and that's good to see. And hopefully they can keep giving us a chance. We're gonna go somewhere different with Game 4. We don't know where yet. It's going to just be by committee probably, whoever's left.
Right.
But we'll just move that way and see what happens.
And well, the fact is that no one likes to lose. You can sort of manage yourself if you guys get beat. But when you beat yourself, that's just got to drive you absolutely insane, because you just know that if you just take care of it, we can win. And that's the whole thing. I think, especially as a coach, you know what to lose. Like, oh, they beat us, but when well, yeah, I guess. But when you go over there and you don't feel about, like you said, or you throw to the wrong base, or there's not a hustle out over there, things that you can control, that just drives the coach crazy. And that's obviously yours and Coach King's job, and Coach Ward's job is to make sure these kids focus.
Yeah, it's just we call them coach killers. They're just we lost 1 game on 2 pass balls and a wild pitch. And you look back and it's just like simple pass balls are just they're right there. I mean, we're not talking about balls in the dirt. We're talking about balls that tip off the end of the glove, and then we take the double play out of order, and then we give up a double behind it. They score 2 runs, and then we do the same thing again, and then a wild pitch, and then that's the game. See ya. Walk off the field, and those are the coach killers, because there's not one thing you can do about them. Players have got to go make plays, and that's what we've talked about all week is somebody's got to make their mind up and say, you know what, I'm going to be the everyday guy. To this point, we've kind of played a lot of different people at different positions, and we're getting to the point where we're going to start narrowing that down, and it's not as many guys are going to get opportunity to play. So that's just how it works, and that's how it goes, and they've known it, and so we're going to move that direction, and we just hope we can get some good weather to play into. I mean, everywhere we've been, it's cold, and the wind's been blowing in.
Right.
Gosh, I mean, we go to Midland, and it doesn't get above 36 on day 2. Day 1 was probably 40, and the wind blowing in at both places, which is really unusual when we go to Texas. So, gosh, wind's going to blow in again tomorrow here.
Right.
Now, we thought it's going to be a little warmer.
Right, it'll be in the 60s for 2 days, I think.
Yeah.
But
then,
it'll be windy, but that's typical Southwest lights, but you can live with that as long as it's 60 or whatever. So
and Saturday's supposed to be beautiful. I think it's supposed to be 60 to 65 with 5 to 10 mile an hour winds out of the south. So, come catch some baseball, and then we'll have basketball here on campus later that afternoon, and then
catch a lot of sports that can support the teams, athletic teams. The one thing too that we talked about earlier was that there's no exhibition season. So this is sort of like the way you guys playing out non-conference games. You get to sort of the games count, so it does matter. So you have to play a little bit harder than if it was just percent didn't count. But the fact is that this is your season before you guys start. I think it's against Dodge City somewhere in March that you guys are going to need to figure out where you guys are. And so this is the time basically where you guys try to get the kinks out, right?
Yeah, you're trying to figure out who you are, what your identity is, because in the spring, the fall, we play everybody, and everybody plays the same amount of innings.
Right.
And you leave the fall thinking, this is the way I think we're going to play, and this, but things change, and kids get stronger over the off season, and somebody has a great fall who has a terrible spring, and somebody had a terrible fall has a great spring, and it just goes back and forth, and so you just got to keep mixing the pot till you can find the right equation. And when you're winning, it's easy to do. When you're losing, it makes it a lot harder, and so hopefully we can get back to 500 this weekend here at home, and then we head off to New Mexico, which won't be any easier to play out there, and then we I think head to Trinidad, and then boom, here we go. So we got about 3 weeks to get things right, and we hope that we can do that, and it's in their hands. You can coach all you want, but players got to go make plays. And players got to want to, and I don't think it's lack of want to. It's just they got to focus up and go take care of their job.
And you guys have played good competition too. It's not like you guys have been playing kind of cream puffs going or JV teams or whatever. You guys have actually had. You faced a really good Kirkwood team, and Odessa's always up over there. And tomorrow you'll be playing Vernon, and then you'll be going to New Mexico, like you said, not easy. So I mean, these are challenges out over there. So I mean, if nothing. So you can take from that, well, we've been competitive in those games, like you just sort of said. Maybe there have been 1 or 2 games over there that, you maybe were just out of class, but the other times you were competitive and you guys beat yourself.
Yeah, I mean, Midland's ranked in the top 20. New Mexico JC was ranked early in the top 20. Of course, they played in the finals of the World Series last year in Texas with Weatherford. So... yeah, good competition, and Kirkwood's always in the top 10 in Division II, and Coach Rama does a great job over there. They're very, very offensive, and they do a really good job. They're in a great setup right there in Rapid City, and so recruiting-wise and all that. But yeah, whether it's good competition or bad competition, you just want to go out and have an opportunity to win the game. That's the one thing we ask our kids is just give us an opportunity to win a game. At the end of the day, and then if we're good enough, we're good enough. If we're not, we're not. That's just how it works. But we got to get that shot. You got to get us into that situation where we have a shot to win a game. And so they're working to do that. And probably about 70% of the games we played this fall or this spring, we've had an opportunity to win a game in the 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th inning. The table was set. We just don't get the hit we need, or we don't make the pitch we need or something like that. So hopefully they'll continue to learn, and we'll be able to come through in more situations.
Okay, again, so come out and see the Saints play at Brent Gould Field against Vernon, Texas, on Friday and Saturday. Games again are 1 and 3 on Fridays, 12 and 2 on Saturday, and both are 7-inning games, 9-inning games.
It's a 7 and a 9 both days.
7 and 9 both days. Okay, Coach, thanks for your time.
Appreciate it.